Good morning students. Once again welcome back to C++ class. In this class we will continue the practical part of else if ladder selection statements. So in the selection statement already I have explained simple if else and a nested if. So in this today's class I will explain else if ladder and a switch statement. Okay. So in order to write the program, open the editor. File, new source file. Here I am changing the font size. So it is a 14 and increasing it to 16. And clicking on OK button. Now, as usual, you give a preprocessor command as include IO stream. Next, after that, give the library file name using namespace std. So namespace std. From this module, we are using some functions. Now, after that, I am giving a main function into main. Next, after that, I am giving a one variable percentage. Okay. Now, I am using a prompt to the user to enter the percentage. Cout, enter the percentage. User will enter the percentage and will give the grade. Now, cin, right shift, PR. Here PR is nothing but the percentage and it is a variable. Now, after that, just I am printing once you say this, cout, PR, semicolon. After that, it is after the main function I have not given braces. No, should give the brace. Save it. I am giving a file name as a2.cpp. All files save. Now it is a2.cpp. Here go to execute, compile. We will see it is throwing any error or not. 0 errors. Go to execute, run. See here enter the percentage. Example I am giving a 50. It will print the 50. Just till now whatever code I have written, that is to take a percentage from a user and that print on the terminal. Now after that, after taking a percentage, here I am giving a condition. If percentage greater than or equals to 70, okay, what is 70, what I want to do, I want to print a message that the student has got distinction. So cout distinction. You can write any message, just here I am giving a distinction. At the end you give the semicolon. Okay, save it. Next example, the student has got a 50%. Again I am giving else if. Again I am giving a condition if percentage greater than or equals to 60. Then what I want to print, cout, in the double quotes you give first class. Okay, at last you give the semicolon. Okay, till here only I will check the code. Once you see else is a else part for the first if condition, else cout example fail I am giving. Now we will see what you will get. Go to the execute, compile, 0 errors, go to execute, run. So it is asking for a user to enter the percentage. Example, I am giving a 70, then we will see distinction. Okay, again same program, once again I am executing, run. Here I am giving a 40%. Fail message you are getting. Why? Because here according to the code I have given two conditions, two slabs only, 70 and 60. If percentage is greater than 70, you will get distinction. If the percentage is greater than or 60, you will get a first class. Okay, if you want you can add more slabs, like before this, else, if, again I am giving a if percentage greater than or equals to 50, then what I want to print? I want to print student is a second class. Second class I want to print. Okay, save it. Here see, line by line I am explaining the program. Int percentage variable, I am taking a percentage from a user. Next, in order to take a percentage, I am giving a message to the user so that the user will enter the value. The user will enter the value and that value is stored in a PER, in percentage. Next, that percentage value whatever the user has given, that is printing on the terminal. Now if percentage is greater than 70, whatever percentage the user has given, if that is greater than 70, what I want to print? Distinction. Else the user is not given 70, the user is given some different value. For that also I am giving a condition. Else if percentage greater than or equals to 60, what I am printing? First class. Example, the user is not given even 60% also. Example, the user is given 50% or 40%. Again, if these two above conditions are false, then we are going for the third one. So here also, if the student is given 50 like that, you will get a second class. Example, the user is not given 70, the user is not given 60, the user is not given 50. The last else part I am giving the student is failed. This is a else part for this. Okay, understood? So this is about this is the else part for this. Clear? So this is about the nested if. If the outer condition is false, then only we will check the inner condition. But in case of nested if the outer condition is true, then only we will check the inner condition. The previous example, what I have given, age example I have given, no, their outer condition is true, then only we will check the inner condition. But in this case, if the outer condition is false, if the given percentage is not equal or greater than 70, then only we are going for the inner condition. So this is about else if ladder. Okay, else if ladder. Okay. Now I will explain a switch. I am opening one more file, source file. Switch is a multivariate decision making statement. Already I have explained a theory part. If you have a more number of conditions to check, then in that case we will use a switch statement. So here whatever relation expression result is there, that is compared with the case labels. And here I will show you how to write a if statement with the possible if case labels. Now you see the switch statement example. First you start with the hash include IO stream. Next next line is using namespace std, using namespace std. Next go with the main function int main. Next open the brace. Inside the brace I am giving a one variable, that is int day I am giving. This theory part already I have explained. int day. Now cout, I am giving a prompt to the user to enter the day number. Enter day. The user will give the day, and that is stored in a day variable. Now whatever day the user has given, no, that is compared with the number of possibilities. How many number of possibilities you have? 7. Okay. So here I will write switch. Switch. Inside a expression, here you give the day. So whatever value the user has given, that is stored in a switch expression. So here it is a block, so it should have a brace. Now number of possibilities you have to give. Case label 1 I am giving. 1 means what actually here? It is a Monday, like that. Okay. Cout. It is a 1, then I am giving a Monday. And according to the theory, every statement should end with the break case block should end with the break statement. Next, case 2. This is case 2. Again cout. I am giving, if it is day 2, then Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday. Now semicolon. Here also you give break. Now so case 3. Case label should be unique. Case 3, here I am giving cout. Case 3 means what actually? It's a Wednesday. Break. Now I am giving a case 4. Case 4. Case 4. Cout. Thursday. Break. Next one more is case 5. Case 5. Cout. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. For case 5 I am giving a Friday. It is a body, you can give anything. Give the semicolon. Next, give the break. Every case block should end with the semicolon break. Now case 6. Cout. I am giving a Saturday. According to your requirement, you can change. Saturday. Now cout it is, it should be UT. Now at end you give the break. Now at last you give case 7. Case 7 again you give cout. Case 7 here I am giving Sunday. Once again I am telling, according to your requirement you can change the code. Okay, break. See example, all these cases are wrong. Means the user is given some 8 like that. Then in that case we will use a default. So what is the use of the default actually? When the number of cases whatever the user has given, no, that is wrong, then we will go for the default. Default of what I want to give, cout invalid I want to give, invalid. Okay. Now this also it should end with the semicolon. At last already braces are there. This is for a switch and here you give return 0. Save it. I am giving name as a3.cpp and it should be all files save. Now we will go to the execute and we will see whether it is giving a correct output or not. Execute, compile. See, so errors are 0. So if the errors are 0, then you run this program. We will see what it is giving. Enter a day. I am giving a 6. It is giving Saturday. So we will see whether Saturday is a 6 or not. This code you see. This is case 6. No, here 6. What I have given? Saturday. So you have given Saturday. So that is why it is displaying a Saturday. Example here, if I will give Sunday, not Sunday, not valid, I will give. We will see what it will give. Save it. I am closing this. And after closing that, I am executing I am compiling the same program once again. You see, execute, compile. Zero errors, execute, run. I am giving now 6. I will see not valid. So in the body section, whatever you have given, that is displayed. It is not compulsory that it should give Friday, it should give Saturday, not like that. In that block, whatever you have given, based on that your program will be executed, not according to the calendar like that. Whatever you have given in the programming code in the case blocks, only that will be given as a output, not according to your system calendar, not according to your home calendar. The code whatever you have written, according to that you will get the output. So this is about switch statement. So here few conditions I have explained. The program, you see, the theory I have explained few conditions. No? So switch is a keyword. Okay, switch is a keyword, as it is you should write, and it is a constant value. It is a unique value. Example, just now I have given 6. You know, it is some constant value. So like that, it should have a value, and whatever value you have given in the relation expression, that is compared with the case labels. So here what I have given 6. 6 is compared with the 1. It is not matching. 6 is comparing with the 2. It is not matching. 6 is comparing with the 3. It is not matching. 6 is comparing with the 4. It is not matching. 6 is comparing with the 5. It is not matching, and 6 is comparing with the 6. So it is matching. So in this block, whatever you have written, that will be executed. Now one more condition. Here whatever values you are giving, no, that should be unique. Example, already one I have given, you are not supposed to give one more. And one more thing is, if in the case block, this is called as a case block. In the case block, whatever statements you want to write, you write. But this case block should end with the break statement. Why we are giving break statement is, example, this block is executed. When this block is executed, I don't want to check all the remaining part, because it is a time consuming, the program throughput will decrease. So in order, when the particular case label is matching with this relation expression value, and one case label is matching with the result, and this block is executed. After executing the block, there is no need to check the remaining blocks. So that is why this break is used at the end of each case block, and it is compulsory. And here default is also there. Whatever case labels you have given, that case labels are not matching with this expression, then what happened? The default one will be executed. Suppose that also I will show you. Enter a day, I am giving 8. So it should throw an error. So invalid it is given, because in the case labels I have not given 8. If you have given 8, whatever is there in that case block, that would have been executed, but nothing I have given. No? So that is why it is not giving anything. So this is about selection statements. Okay, simple if else, nested if else if ladder, and a switch statements. Okay, and here this is a simple program like this. You can practice more programs at home, because the developer C++ is open source only. Okay, so here one more thing I want to give you. Example, here case 1 already I have given. Again I will give case 1. We will see it will throw an error or not. Control S. So it is giving an error. Duplicate case values. So according to the rules, a duplicate case value should not exist. No. So true I am doing. See. So it is a rule. So whenever you are giving case labels, you should think that case label should not repeat. Case label should be unique, and every case label should end with the colon. Break should end with the semicolon. Whatever statements you have given in the case block, that should end with the semicolon. Okay, so these are the few instructions, and at home you can write a same code for checking whether the given character is a consonant or vowel, or you give the month number, like just now I have given a week number. No, similarly you give the month number, and you give the possibilities are month names and all, because in the exams sometimes they will give you the situation and they ask you to write the example program. So you try to concentrate on the exam programs also, because that is why I am sending this videos, so that you can practice the same program at home. Okay, so this is about selection statements, and in the next video I will give you the loops practical part also. Okay, loops, while loop, do while, for loop, and different jump statements are there, you know. That jump statements also, that jump statements videos also I will send in the next video. Okay, thank you.